Hey guys, StarMaster65 here, and welcome back to another Top 5 video. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at the top 5 games that haven't aged well. This doesn't mean I hate these games or that they're bad. It just means, in my opinion, that they're not the best thing to look at, have a terrible soundtrack, and most importantly, have poor controls. By the way, the rules for this list, 1 game per franchise, and obviously I have to have played the game to judge it. So without any further ado, let's get started. Already a slightly controversial choice, but if you take off your rose-tinted glasses, you'll notice that this game would suck if it were released brand new at 2019. At number 5 spot, Super Mario 64. Don't get me wrong, I love this game, and it was a huge advancement in technology at the time, but that's the problem. It was revolutionary at the time, however nowadays we have beautiful games running at 4K. I'm not a huge graphics person, but this isn't the only reason it hasn't aged well. The camera system is garbage, and it doesn't help if you're playing the N64 version, because then you have to control the camera with the C buttons. Also, Mario feels kind of clunky this time around. And don't get me started on the wall jump. I can't even do it sometimes. Knight's Journey of Dreams. This game is actually a pretty good game. The controls are nice and fluid most of the time, apart from the fact that it's on the Wii and you're using motion controls. But other than that, pretty good game. The only problem I have is the cutscenes, and oh my gosh, just watch this one cutscene and you'll see what I mean.
I go out of my way, and this is how you treat me. Seize the traitor.
Hey, let me go! Nice!
Stay back, lad. You're no match for that one.
Going from a pretty great game to a pretty garbage game. At the number 3 spot, Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. If you've seen my videos before, you'll know how much I hate this game. I don't know why, but most Dreamcast games set your default movement setting to the D-pad, so you have to go out of your way to change the controls. That's not terrible, but you know what is? Moving. This game has tank controls, which means you can't control the camera. I literally was stuck at this part in the tutorial and couldn't jump over this tiny pit. Lara Croft is way too clunky in this game, and it's so frustrating. So far, we've looked at games with bad graphics and games with bad controls. Here's a game with awful controls and a terrible soundtrack. Coming in at number 2, Sonic Labyrinth for Sega Game Gear. I absolutely hate this game. Sonic is ridiculously slow because Robotnik stole his speed shoes. He still ends up sliding all over the place anyways. And the soundtrack, oh my, it's bad. This song sounds like the composer was making music in the middle of a war zone. Hey, can you turn down the war? I'm trying to make music. Never mind, we'll fix it in post. And the Act Clear jingle. What the heck? Want to hear this totally cool song? Okay, remember, just because this game is at number 1, doesn't mean that the game is bad. Keep that in mind when I say the game hasn't aged well the most. Number 1 spot, Spyro the Dragon. I like this game, but it's super blocky and not too great to look at. The voiceovers are pretty cringy and outdated too.
Where's this North? All torture. Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Spark, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
This game is still one of the greatest PS1 games of all time. Don't get me wrong, but if we all take off the rose-tinted nostalgia glasses, all you see are jagged polygons and fog. Sorry if I ruined your childhood. So those were my top 5 games that haven't aged well. Was there a game you thought shouldn't be on the list, or one that wasn't on the list at all? Let me know your thoughts on the video in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!